Welcome back to part 36 of Bloodborne, where I'm fucking salty and angry because I died. What? Motherfuck. I'm not running all the way back up this fucking place just to go to Maria. Like, fuck that. I wasn't expecting dying to Maria, but she does that fire damage in phase 3. So, in phase 1, she has physical attacks, and that's it. Phase 2, she has blood attacks, which have more range, but they have the same, they share a hitbox with her melee attacks. The fire attacks are slightly delayed, so you can dodge through, I know one of her attacks you can dodge through, like, to the, diagonally towards her back, but also to the right. And you can be hit, you can dodge the blood, but then the fire curls around and hits you, and it's like, you just get pulled back in. It's fucking stupid. And that double thrust she does, that shit stun locks you because you have no time to dodge the second hit of that. Where are my echoes? Like, you really have no time to dodge the fire. If you get hit by that thrust attack in phase 3, you're fucked. She will always teleport if you are, or at least dash away if you are directly behind her. This will damage you too. Okay, now we got a bit of a longer fight. Gonna go. Oh, never mind. Hey, face me already. Oh, she's dead. So yeah, fire damage. And that's all, Maria. She can actually visceral attack you. And a few other neat little things, but... well, that's all that. Rather disappointing, actually. Hey, she didn't break her chair this time. And you get the Celestial Dial, which is another key that I'll be using later. I'm not going to use it now. When the dial is held up towards the astral clock, the clock will come to life and reveal a secret to its curious interloper. Actually, I am going to activate the clock, because a good thing now is that I can buy Maria's outfit for 14 insight. But the good thing about that is that it sells for like 100,000 echoes. So, you can just sell that shit. Just buy it and sell it. Especially because Maria gives you a few insight. Like, I've gotten 4 from her, and you get a few from going into this next area. So, if you remember earlier, or at least in the last part, Adeline said, do you think that water drips even at the bottom of the ocean? Well, if she heard it dripping, then it does in fact drip at the bottom of the ocean, because this whole DLC is just been underwater. Yep. Just one big mindfuck. Everything's been underwater. Like, you can fucking see Central Yharnam down there. Or at least the Hunter's Nightmare. It's so goddamn weird! Yeah! Anyways.
Blasphemous murderers, blood-crazed fiends. Atonement for the wretches. By the wrath of Mother Goss. Mercy for the poor wizened child. Mercy. Oh, please. Atonement for the wretches. Lay the curse of blood upon them, and their children, and their children's children forevermore. Each wretched birth will plunge each child into a lifetime of misery. Mercy for the poor wizened child. Let the pungence of Kos cling like a mother's devotion. Atonement for the wretches. Lay the curse of Eden.
Okay, anyways. Long story short, this fishing hamlet was raided by the hunters back in the day when they were thinking about eyes in the inside. And you get some insight for coming here, by the way. So what they did is they ransacked this fishing village and ripped everyone's fucking eyes out. Great Ones, being sympathetic in nature, Koss showed up, trying to help them, but they somehow killed Koss? But if you remember, every Great One loses its child. Well, now this time is the opposite. The Great One's child has lost its mother, or parent, because I guess they only have one parent, I don't know. Point of the matter is that there's essentially a curse upon the hunters. That is why they're being drugged into the hunter's nightmare. It is the secret that the church and all the other ones wanted to keep a secret. Wanted no one to find out. Just if you remember Simon saying that this sprouted from the hunter's very misdeeds, he meant this. It's all very interesting, though it's not all, again, it's not all explained to you. Yeah, I never bought the fucking Ashen Hunter set. What, am I stupid? So Maria's set is pretty good. Maria is distantly related to the Undead Queen, but had great admiration for Gehrman, unaware of his curious mania. Because she actually was from Caners. Yeah, it's all just the same. The most important thing is you might want to sell her hat, because and outfit in general, and any lead elixirs you have, because they're all fucking worthless. But just sell her outfit. It's worth it. Like it's more than worth it, because it's like, what the holy fuck? Like that's 105,000 echoes right there, right there. Just given to you essentially, because you don't need that outfit. The only real thing the outfit gives is blood defense, and you unless you're doing PvP or fighting fighting Maria, there's no real point in needing that, like, at all. You don't need that shit. Even then, defense is sort of a
gammon away.
It's like poise in Dark Souls 3. It doesn't exist, really. I would like a bit more stamina. Now, I'm going to put on the Lumenwood rune, if you remember. That was the Milkweed rune. It does give 15 item discovery, but it changes you to look like this. Only your arms and head change. I don't know why, but there's a reason for this, and that is to get the last hunter tool of the DLC. Because there's only 3. I mean, Black Sky Eye, Madara's Whistle, and then you have a Cursed Brew. Wait, I need to fucking scratch this off. I got the lock shield. So now we return to this guy, who you can't kill, by the way, and talk to him.
Bergenland, blasphemous, Bergenwest, Bergenwest, Bergenland, Bergenwest, 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 Bergenland, Bergenwest, blasphemous.
Fucking dialogue just looped, god damn it.
Curse here, curse there, a curse for he and she. Why care? A bottomless curse, a bottomless sea, source of all greatness, all things that be. Listen for the baneful chants. Weep with them as one in trance, and weep with us. Oh, weep with us. Listen, a call to the bloodless wherever they be. A call to the bloodless wherever they be. Fix your ears to hear our calls. Listen for the baneful chants. It called.
So we got the accursed brew for 2 insight. I mean, 2 bullets. You throw a little thing. Skull of the local from the violated fishing village. The eyes of the skull was... The inside of the skull was forcibly searched for eyes, as evidenced by the innumerable scratches and indentations. So I'm not going to use... I'm just going to swap back to what I had earlier. Also, I need to clear out something a little earlier. In the cells before... after Ludwig. So I'm going to take this weird shit off. Underground corpse pile. I will progress in the fishing hamlet next time. Not this time, next time. So, look forward to that. Fishing hamlet is interesting, to say the least. It's quite difficult. Some enemies are. If you don't... Blue elixirs help, but not as much as they do in, not as much as they help in, the other area. The fucking research hall. So this guy's still here. Saying his stuff. But now you can go in here and talk to him. Or can you? No? You can't? Okay. Anyways, he drops the Yamamura set. And the... Which is actually quite good. This hat and staff were given to him when he became a hunter and confederate of the League. From a distant eastern land. But when he stared straight into impurity, it drove him mad. Maybe that was Yamamura? I don't know. Old arm... Yeah, these are... Old hunter armbands wound tightly to prevent infection of the scourge. And, of course, the idea that the scourge was infectious was pure heresy. I mean, heresy? I don't know. Are these assholes still alive? They are. These guys stay dead at a certain point. Once you get to the second bonfire? Lantern? Landfire turn? In the fishing hamlet, I believe. Anyways, I think Brador might have some new dialogue. Notice you can hear that fucking bell now.
You hear this? Fear the bell's toll. For only death awaits foolish prying eyes, and the church assassins are never far behind. Fear the bell's toll, for the church assassins are never far behind.
So, yeah, that's not foreboding at all. So now you can hear the bell, so be wary of that sound, the bell. Bear that in mind and keep it in mind, because it's going to be important in the fishing hamlet. Here on Cold Blood, and the last door has a hunter in it. So what you're going to want to do is just kind of do one of these. He has the church pick, but can only hit you with some of his attacks. And only if he stays behind the door, so you can really just fuck with him. He does have the repeater pistol and does enjoy spamming it. The church pick is special, and when it's in that form... Oh, Jesus Christ. All of its attacks do thrusting damage. He can also parry the fuck out of you, so be wary of that. Oh, and a fun fact, in case you didn't know, you can actually parry blood vials. Bet you didn't know you could parry blood vials, but you can. I don't know how to do it, but there's the church pick. It's a pretty good weapon. Like I said, if you know how to counter hit people, you can definitely use the church pick. Fuck yeah, this options button is fucked on this controller. It does some thrusting attacks. It's not the best weapon, but what is good is its transform state. Every attack does thrust damage. Every enemy in Bloodborne is weak to thrust damage. Other players and NPCs are weak to thrust damage. Every boss in the game is weak to thrust damage. Bear that shit in mind and remember it well, because it will help you if you remember stuff like that. It's good to remember weaknesses of some enemies. It's always very good to remember stuff like that. Always. It's just a nice thing. For example, in Dark Souls 3, did you know that King of the Storm is weak to lightning? Which you probably would if you know that dragons are weak to lightning. But did you know that Nameless King is weak to dark? You probably fucking did. Little things like that. If you can remember it, it's good to remember if you can remember. This fucking options button is bothering the hell out of me, honestly. I don't know when it started doing this. It's the worst part. Like, it must have started today or something. I don't know how it did it though. Whatever. I have to get a new PS4 controller. I want to die. I don't want to buy another fucking controller, man. Whatever. Pebble, singular. I don't know why I buy these. It's just like, one could save them until morning if it ever comes. I actually read a story on fanfiction. I think it was Bloodborne and Ruby, RWBY. It was kind of, which kind of makes sense because both series are quite similar. They're hunters. They have transforming weapons. But Bloodborne, of course, is far more dark. Except for season 3 of Ruby, that shit got really dark. I watched 4, never watched 5, and 6 is coming out soon. Who would have guessed? Might watch them. Who knows? But in one of the stories, the guy was looking at the coins because he had kept the shining coins, and they were all gold. They're all real gold. So he's rich, really. I don't know. That just, I guess when they made the story, they read that bit and he had their character save the coins, which is, I don't know. It's just pretty smart. I like it. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just rambling to pad time. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time for part 20 fucking whatever. Did I even mark what part this is? I don't care. See ya.